Okay, today we're going to talk about children and guns. I've been meaning to talk about this for a while. It looks a little different. I had to move the table back so I could plug the camera in. The camera's being charged and I have it plugged in. I don't want it to fucking die on me. Okay, I do not have children of my own. I do not have children of my own. Seat's wet, I just cleaned it. I do not have children of my own. But I was a child at one point in my life, like many of you were. And I thought the best way to address this would be to talk about how I went about guns when I was a child. Little known fact, I didn't start shooting until I was 25. I don't really come from a gun-oriented family. A couple of guns here and there, but we're not nuts like some other families out there. So, when I was a kid, the very first time I held a gun, I remember this. My cousin, he's a cop. He was a cop in New Jersey. And when I was 5, this is circa 1987, he was involved in a deadly shootout. He used a 9mm, yeah, I'm not a big fan of 9mm, no, to kill a bank robber, weighed 300 pounds. He had to put 7 bullets in his chest to bring him down. 6 months later, my father went over to the house to have him do his taxes. His father died when he was young, therefore he looked to my father a lot. My father and his mother were second cousins. So he looked up to my father a lot, and my father said, "Show me your gun," and he showed it to me. He showed me a Smith & Wesson stainless steel 9mm. First time I ever held a gun in my life. Nowhere near the last. He picked the gun up, it was in his other room, brought it out to me, put it in my hands, and I pointed it at his mantle. And he said, "Don't touch the trigger." I didn't safety check it because I didn't know how to, and he should have taught me that, but it's over now. Anyway, that's how my first experience with a gun, holding a gun, went down. Another experience I had, I remember, was a guy my father knew. My father was a sheet metal worker in New York City, and his secondary shop, I used to go down there when I was a kid, sometimes on weekends. Next to the secondary shop is a dog pen owned by a whole bunch of black guys that come from down south. They're all hunters and they keep their fucking hunting dogs down there. And one day, there was this guy, he's gone now unfortunately, he was butchering a deer that a relative of his had killed. And he brought out the bolt-action rifle. I don't know what make, model, caliber, I wasn't into it back then. I really didn't know it like I do now. And we checked it and he let me dry fire it. Now, I don't want to make any mistakes. This was a legal gun owner who had a gun he legally had registered to himself. We were in an enclosed structure that he legally owned. So don't give me any fucking bullshit that I broke the law. Well, it was many, many years ago anyway, and he's dead, so no charge. Anyway, another incident was when another man, who was also one of these black guys from down south that my father used to hang out with, he brought my father home one time. He had just gone turkey hunting. We went in the back, he was parked right up front, opened up his pickup truck. He showed me a pump action shotgun, I don't know what model, make and model, wood furnishings, and he let me hold it. I held it inside the truck and just, I didn't like fucking in the street, I just held it in the truck a little bit. If I had to do it over again, I would have brought it up here to look at it, but times have changed. If you'll notice, one important fact of that, the gun's owner was literally within 5 feet of me at all times. And I want you to understand that. And then when I became 25, I finally went for my fucking license and I got my own handguns. I finally was accepting of the responsibility. And it was a responsibility that I do not take lightly. I do not take it lightly at all. Don't even kid me like that. But a lot of people say, how do I teach my kid about guns? How about this? How about that? Well, my sister has a boy who will be 7 in a few weeks. My brother has 2 boys that are going to be 14 in December and 13 in March. Well, the younger boy at my sister's house, the younger boy has a Beretta 92. Green with orange front, with orange grips. So it looks like a fucking toy. Let me check my time. Way under. And he wanted to make sure, so it's green with the orange grip. So I told him, pick it up. And it's actual size. If you put it in a metal detector, you would think it was real. I said, pick it up. He goes like this. What's wrong with this picture? The action's closed. Hold on a minute. What's wrong with it now? Okay? So I told him, I said, when you pick it up like this, or like this, or like this. You never touch the trigger. This is a toy gun. But if he ever picks up a real one day, I want to make sure he knows it now. My nephew's kids, my brother's kids, he brought them an airsoft pump shotgun last Christmas. And I made them memorize the rules. Always point in safe direction, do not touch the trigger until prepared to fire, know your target and what is beyond it. I made them memorize it. Did they forget it? Probably. But I made them memorize it. And we have today YouTube. We didn't have YouTube when I was a kid. We had books and magazines and that was it. We have YouTube. You can teach your kids or your friends' kids or your nieces and nephews gun safety by looking at their toys and telling them with the toy, like this. You can use a toy gun to demonstrate this. I don't need a real one to demonstrate this. You can take them on YouTube. I showed my younger nephew, my sister's kid, he had a single action army gun. And I wanted to show him a real one. I didn't have a single action army gun, so I went online and I found a guy that was reviewing the single action and the double action revolver. And I showed him what the difference is between the cylinder coming out and how the single action rotates. You gotta open the fucking loading gate, one round at a time. And he got to understand it without any real danger. No real danger whatsoever. And that's what I invite you to do at first. Go on the internet, look at YouTube, look at other sites. Show them pictures and videos of guys with this. You ever watch documentaries? Watch Tales of the Gun. You see soldiers walking around like this. Show your kid that. Hold on one second, let me answer the phone. Be right back. Hello? Hello? I know who it is. No, give me a pasta basil. Yeah, and salad, fine. No, pasta basil, fine. Yeah, that's a fine. Sorry about that rude interruption, I was ordering dinner. Okay. 8 minutes plus, we have time. So now, show them on the video, show them movies, show them documentaries. If you see a movie and the guy goes like this with the gun, pause it and tell the kid what's wrong. Ask these questions. Have them read safety manuals. Get them involved. There's no real danger. All it is a toy or shit on YouTube. Show them this video. Show them Pete from the Armory channel with his stepson. And Pete had a whole bunch of guns lined up and he told his son, pick this gun up and hand it to me. Show them what we're doing. And then if you find some other fucking idiot on YouTube, there are a couple of idiots that do stupid things where they're holding the trigger. There was one guy who uploaded a video, not of himself, of someone else, to show you what not to do. He had 1911 spin holster, so you could spin the 1911 and the trigger would automatically go off. Show them things that are wrong. But don't show it to me and say that I'm wrong. So get them involved like that before they actually touch the real gun. and get them involved when they're 6 and 7 years old. Don't wait until their fucking brain is already rotted out by weed and television and beer. Wait, do it when they're younger. Now, there are several different approaches to take on how to have guns in the home. Let me check my time 1 second. I'm like a fucking idiot. I had a stomach bug this morning. Be with me. If you have a gun, I'm gonna end this real fast. If you own guns and have children, or if you have children frequently visit your house, like your grandchildren, your home defense gun should be a handgun. And the reason why I say that is because a handgun can fit into the fingerprint safe. And all of your other guns should be in a regular safe. Combination, that way your kid can't find the key to it. Okay? Combination. And tell the kid, do not touch the guns. All the guns are in the safe locked up. And obviously under pressure, I don't expect you to memorize the combination or look for a key. So under pressure, the home defense gun is in the handgun case. Fingerprint, boop, take out and use. And hopefully make sure that fucker works. Yeah, I'm telling you to have your kids watch this and I'm cursing. Hypocrisy. So that's the way to do it. And I'm not going to condone any other way. There are ways for guys like me that don't have kids living in the house, but every once in a while have a kid visit. But if the kid is spending the night, I'm going to have to say put it in the fingerprint safe. And I can't condone any other method. Because you can't watch the gun in your sleep. You can't watch while you're taking a dump. You can't watch it while you're in the bath. You can't watch the gun when you're going to get the mailbox. If you turn your back, the kid will get a hold of it. No question. It will happen. I'm going to pause this and I'm going to go again.